How can one of the most successful rapper producer partnerships in modern hip hop make 6 albums when Nas' first Grammy and apparently end with both of them not even speaking? Think about that. King's Disease won Nas his first Grammy for Best Rap Album. Then they built 2 entire trilogies, King Disease and Magic. Yet, Hit-Boy now describes that chapter as effectively finished. Hip-hop celebrates chemistry between a rapper and a producer, but we rarely discuss what happens when a relationship becomes an actual business operation, producing dozens of copyrighted works. With approximately 80 songs, you're potentially dealing with years of publishing, producer royalties, master royalties, credits, accounting, licensing, like the list goes on. Don't forget ego and creative control. Now, I'm not saying any of those things caused Nas and Hit-Boy split. Hit-Boy has publicly identified that they have a problem, but he didn't identify the issue. And Nas haven't publicly responded to any of these new comments. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly why Nas and Hit-Boy fell out because Hit-Boy didn't tell us, but I am interested in something bigger. How do two people create 80 records together, completely change the narrative around Nas production, win a Grammy together, and 3 years later, they're not even speaking? But before we go any further, it's your boy Klasic from Klasic Live. I'm a music producer / content creator. I work with the likes of will.i.am, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Kid Ink, Razzcast, the list goes on and on. I got my homie OG Corndog with me in the building. Before we get started, I need y'all to do 2 things. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe, retweet, whatever it is. I know that's more than 2 things, but hey, just do everything. We need y'all support. Get us in the algorithm. It's very important that y'all do those type of things. But let's keep going though. Like, great musical chemistry does not automatically create a great long-term business relationship, because making the music and managing the success created by the music are 2 completely different relationships. 2 people can understand each other perfectly inside the studio and eventually disagree about what happens outside the studio. When you're making the first record, everybody has the same immediate goal: make a great record. But when that record succeeds, suddenly there's more questions. Who get what percentage? Who gets credit? Who controls the direction? Who gets the bigger opportunity? Who feels undervalued? Like, who needs who more? What happens when one person wants to move on? Like, success doesn't necessarily eliminate problems. Success can create new things to disagree about. And Hit-Boy himself made a vision of this point, saying success is a dirty word, before discussing ego and insecurity in the industry. This Nas and Hit-Boy situation is a prime example. What makes their situation so fascinating, though, is the fact they didn't even break apart, because the music obviously wasn't working. The music was working. They made approximately 80 songs in 3 years. They made 6 albums. As I said before, King's Disease gave Nas his first Grammy win. And in 2023, both sounded publicly open to continue to continue. And Nas said they could definitely make more albums, while Hit-Boy indicated he'd be open whenever Nas wanted to continue. Fast forward 3 years later, and Hit-Boy say they haven't spoken, and he doesn't see them working together again. Normally, when something fails, we understand why people stop doing it. But what's interesting here is that Nas and Hit-Boy stopped after their partnership worked. Now that's powerful, you feel me? Because it challenges the assumption success equals healthy relationships. Success only tell us the product worked. It tell us nothing about whether the relationship worked, bro. So, with all that being said, bro, what are your thoughts about this whole Nas and Hit-Boy situation, bro?
I was just sitting here thinking about this and
And
everything you were
wait,
saying.
your mic.
My bad. Got me? Yeah. I was just sitting here thinking about everything you was just saying right here, and I was putting it in perspective of like, uh,
Wait, bro. I don't mean to keep doing it. Is the mic plugged in?
yeah,
Because
it
it sounds like
is.
you.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, my bad.
You good
we,
now?
we locked in now?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, what the hell was that? Okay,
Yes,
microphone check 1 2.
yes,
But
sir.
no,
Loud
let's
and
get back
clear.
to it. Let's get back to it. I was just sitting there thinking about everything that you were saying about their relationship, and then I put it in perspective of like the metaphor of how uh in hip hop you cooking it up. You cooking up, you know what I'm saying? And they cooked up the, you know what I'm saying? And you got one part that that's got this part of that situation, this part of this situation, and then they making good money because they got good product because they cooking it up good. You like nobody else. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, if you got business like that and you got your product that's good, why would you not continue doing that unless it was something personal? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's the only thing I could think of. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think like, it's business. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It ain't never business. You know what I'm saying? Uh, who cares what the relationship is? Because there was two different coasts too. You know what I mean? But the point is, like, this is the first time you got a Grammy. Hmm. You should be proud of that. You should be happy that that man came into your life for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't happen in your younger age. And I gotta say, Nas is one of those voices in hip hop that's a timeless voice, a timeless style of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like it is to me, it'll be forever. He's one of those rappers to where if you didn't see him perform and he was putting out new music, he still sound like when he was in his 20s. You know what I mean? I can say that. Um, yeah, something went sour between them and their relationship personally, man. Because, like I said, you got good product. You know what I'm saying? You cooking it up. You an old head, and you got recognition. It's hard to do that. And win a Grammy. You know what I mean? Like, how old was he when he won the Grammy? How old was that man? Yo, that's crazy right there, bro. For your first, and you are one of the top poets of hip hop. You
Facts.
know what I mean? One of the tops. And it took you that long to do it. And then something goes sour with the relationship somewhere in there. And believe me, it had to do with something that was personal because you don't just if you got a good relationship, you're not in that. You want that to continue. Let's see, we can make another spark of magic happen out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I just see it's like, there's something personal in there. That's how I see it.
bruh. Like that. I like what you said, and it's a couple of things I'm gonna pick away from that. One. All right, let me order this properly. One, unrelated conversation I was having with this chick and stuff, and she was saying like, "Who's your favorite rapper from New York?" And specifically, being from New York, I'd have to say Nas. Nas, low key, is one of those ones that's lyrically inclined. Jay-Z is up there, but if we're talking about, hey, we got one, two, and three, I definitely have to put Nas up there. 2, I personally ran into Nas. We was in Vegas, All-Star Weekend. And my homeboy that was there, bro, he walked up to Nas and I said, "Oh my God, Nas, you're my favorite artist. You're my favorite artist." Then he spit it was Ain't Hard to Tell. He spit that verse flawlessly from beginning to from beginning to end.
Damn.
And you know what Nas' reaction was to that?
What's that?
And walked off.
Damn.
Bro just said "Tuh," and walked off like he wasn't impressed and shit. So to further go on with this whole story, that's cold. Yeah, that's super cold. And cold. What you said was insecure. No. I said insecurity a little bit earlier, but then you were saying something as far as like kind of egos. Like what would get in front of the fact of y'all creating good product and then somebody starts smelling themselves. And if we look at this situation, Hit-Boy, he isn't hurting for money. Nas, he isn't hurting for money. So what do you have to gain other than that? They both worked on different, they both helped each other because honestly, Hit-Boy, he was doing his thing. He made niggas in Paris before. But I really believe him helping Nas become relevant and popular again with his albums, working with him, I think that really showed that Hit-Boy is a producer. He's not no beat maker. A beat maker, somebody snare, kick together, and then they sing it off. A producer is sitting here with you, hey, say it like this, make a song concept about X, Y, and Z. So Hit-Boy really solidified himself as being a real producer, by working with Nas and actually helping someone as talented as Nas get his first Grammys in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? So that says a lot. And at the end of the day, the only thing that I can say about that is definitely had to be something with egos because, from the stuff that I've been hearing and reading, he mentioned, success is a dirty word. And he mentioned that like right after the fact of bringing up insecurities and stuff like that. So to be honest with you, rappers are some of the most egotistical, insecure ass, this person's messing with this female, well, I'm gonna have to try to mess with her so I can show that I'm better. They're the most insecure out of all genres, you feel me? So like we really gonna have to deep dive on this video, but those are a couple of things that I picked up from what you said. And I'm not gonna lie, like why mess up a winning formula? Like if I was in that situation, shit, we gonna run it up. We gonna take it to the bank. You feel me? Y'all gonna have to stop. Y'all gonna have to stop it
for real until it die down. You know what I'm saying? We
gonna keep shooting until we brick that motherfucker.
Dang, that part right there. This is money. This is business. Let's handle this part.
Exactly, bro. So like it's very crazy. And another situation recently, we had Neptunes split up. They split up for a long time, but like it's been really nipped in the bud like of the last couple of months because Chad Hugo, he released some single music and Pharrell been doing this thing for the longest by itself. But Neptunes as a whole, as a duo, they've been doing their thing for a long ass time. And Egos was something that they got involved to where they ended up breaking up. So this isn't a scenario of something that just happened one time only. This happens a lot. Like when people become popular and famous and stuff like that, ego is something that you definitely have to check in the door, no matter how new your money is, no matter how old your money is. And a lot of people, they get their ego bruised. Shout out to Icy Baby, shout out to D Love, shout out to Splashy. I'm trying to see, we got a couple of comments like, yo, hi, hey, classic music, hey, OG Corn Dog. Yep, that's a fact. Okay, you can hear OG Corn Dog. Yeah, he is, in my opinion. Oh man, yeah, that Nas story, that shit was crazy. Like niggas is low-key befuddled, you know what I'm saying? Like flabbergasted. Like nigga was sitting there in disbelief, like nigga, that was not the reaction a nigga was expecting. Like, bro, that shit is crazy though. yeah, let's try to get into this video because Hit-Boy made these comments on DJ Vlad interview with Elliott Wilson, and that's what sparked a lot of this controversy. Now, this is brand new, and hey, do you think Nas is going to respond to this or no?
Nas, he kind of like higher up on the echelon. You know what I'm saying? He kind of low key. He stay out of media shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't expect him to say anything. You know, unless he's randomly doing the interview and somebody randomly asks him the question.
Well, you know how they do their interviews. That'd be like, hey, don't ask me nothing about Hit-Boy or I'm walking out this interview.
Yeah, see? So, yeah, like, I don't see him speaking on it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
unless the subject just go to the point to where he feels like he has to say something.
The only way Nas will address this is if Hit-Boy actually exposed or say, hey, man, Nas did X, Y, and Z. That's like to where public reaction is so crazy to where Nas is like, nah, we're not doing that. We're gonna have to squash that shit. So that's about the only way. But yeah, man, let's get into this video about what's the person, man, that did this? Read My Soul. You know what I'm saying? Check out Read My Soul. Now it says that Quentin Miller caused Nas and Hit-Boy breakup. So let's check this out.
In 3 years, we did 80 songs.
Matter of fact, and for those that don't know, Quentin Miller is a hip-hop songwriter / artist. Quentin Miller is the guy that low-key kind of exposed, you know, Drake for using ghostwriters and everything, and that caused a lot of tension to where people was literally jumping and getting on Quentin Miller ass, man. Unfortunately, Quentin Miller, despite that happening, he had a car accident to where, you know, he lost a limb, and you know, personal things like that can definitely derail what you have going on, but he's still going strong, making music and everything. So for those that don't know, that's who Quentin Miller is, and he has some type of involvement going on with the camp between Nas and Hit-Boy and everything. So let's get back to the video.
Okay. All right.
Read My Soul. All right, so let's go.
I ain't spoke to Nas in 3 years. We did 80 songs in 3 years. Nigga. Wow. I haven't spoke to Nas. You know, I did a lot of great work, but I don't see us working again. You know,
really?
For sure.
Was there a reason why you're not working again?
I mean, it's a lot of reasons, you know what I mean? But it's something I just really don't want to dig too deep in because it's just like pretty deep, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, respect to what we did get accomplished in 3 years.
So Hit-Boy said he hasn't spoken to Nas in about 3 years and he don't think they will ever work together again. And I think I may have a hypothesis as to where the friction, where the drama may have started. Now, this is only a theory. This is only my hypothesis based on the information given, right? Like, I am happy with what I received from Hit-Boy and Nas. I mean, let's keep it real. Nas got his first Grammy, dude, with him and Hit-Boy. They got their first Grammy together. Like, think about that. As a Nas fan, I'm extremely happy with what they did. And this is not going towards any one of them. You know, only one person has spoken and one person hasn't. And so this is where I think the drama may have started. So let's watch this clip real quick.
All right. Well, Quentin Miller is upset about this title of being a ghostwriter. He said he is not a ghostwriter anymore. And part of the reason that he's upset is that people are trying to say that he ghost wrote for Nas. Now, saying that you worked with Nas doesn't necessarily mean that you were his ghostwriter, but people are alluding to that for some reason. People are online saying that just because he said he did work with him. He said Hit-Boy called him to the studio, and just because you're in the studio with someone doesn't mean you're writing for them. So here's what he had to say.
Quentin Miller is not a ghostwriter. And I want all the artists out. I don't give a if I never work with another artist again. I don't care. I do not care because I hate the business. I am not a ghostwriter. If you work with Quentin Miller, you worked with Quentin Miller. And you better be okay with saying that you worked with Quentin Miller. Now, when it comes to the Nas situation, I pulled up on Hit-Boy. That was a situation with Hit-Boy. I'm in the room. I bounce some ideas out. There we go. Clear it up. I just bounced some ideas. Couple ideas went. That's it. That's all that happened with the Nas. But I am not a fucking ghost. I am not a ghost.
Now, Quentin Miller, you know what I'm saying? He kind of spazzed out. And honestly, I don't blame him because the industry is very funny. Like, they were the craziest thing. Like, imagine somebody needing your help and then turn around and say that they didn't, nobody helped me. I did everything on my own. It's 100% off the muscle, just me. You feel me? The work of 100 men, I did it within one finger. Like, people gonna be looking at you kind of funny. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I understand what Quentin Miller is talking about because shit, he's been tried and tested in the industry. People use his services and then they be embarrassed of it publicly. And when you're an MC, you're not supposed to have songwriters and everything. So I understand if Nas was on that to where he didn't want people to publicly know that. But hey, it is what it is. Like, a lot of people definitely get help on their projects. If they get credited for it, that's a whole nother story. But that's one of the reasons why niggas be in the studio down there 15, 20 deep, because you the artist, you be in there rapping this is that. Then the homie that's smoking the blunt on the couch, nah, bro. Hey, say it like this though. I like it when you did it like this. You know what I'm saying? And that the crazy part about it, they get no credit for that shit. They might get an extra blunt and call it a day.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that's real though.
Yeah. So I understand what Quentin Miller is talking about. And this, like, I didn't see this video fully like that, but that can be one of the reasons why the relationship kind of soured. Like, Nas might think like, oh, you bringing these people in here to try to discredit me or make throw dirt on my name and put rumors out there that I need ghostwriters and all this other stuff. So the industry is kind of funny like that because, like, and we talked about this before with the game. It really takes one time to piss off a lot of these billionaire motherfuckers to where all of a sudden they don't want to work with you. So you really have to make sure you doing everything correctly, because even if you do whatever it is correctly, they can still feel some type of way about whatever it is, and then now you're not having that relationship with them people.
The game plan.
Yeah, man. Like you got anything else to say about that though, bro?
Yeah. The question is, was Quentin Miller already there, established with the relationship of Hit-Boy in the studio when Nas first came around and they hooked up? Did Quentin Miller ghostwrite the song for Nas that won a Grammy? That's the question. Now, I get your point, what you were saying. Yeah, got that entourage in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Writer's block kick in. Somebody say something, and then boom, you just go off of that. They don't get no credit, which I think they should get credit from. You know what I'm saying? Because writer's block, you could get stuck on that for a long time, and it just take one line for you to get away out of that to be inspired to finish the song. You know what I mean? Dude, what did Quentin Miller excuse me? What did Quentin Miller do? What did he say? How did Nas feel about what was said? If it's, man, ego thing, huh? I guess it must be. But it adds up to some ego shit now. You know what I mean? But shit, if you old in the game like that, you still feel you got the ammunition to go like that and don't need those ghostwriters or nobody with inspiration to make you go forward. And good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? When Biggie was in the building, Biggie was in the studio with women, drank, smoke, his homies all chilling, they partying. And all he doing is just sitting there memorizing everything that's happening and writing a song in his head. And then go on the mic and go spit it. That's some genius. That's some genius shit right there, bro. But
yeah,
with Nas, like, of age, because hip hop is one of the ones that they age you out. You know what I mean? Like I said, Nas' voice is timeless. I don't care what nobody say. And to mention that that he was writing for Nas ghostwriting. I'm like, yo, and I said that's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? For Nas, that is extremely hard to do because you have to mimic his style. You have to think like him. You know what I'm saying? You got to be Nas. You feel me? So yeah, man. Shouts out my boy Quentin Miller and shit. The baddest ghostwriter in hip hop history.
Not gonna lie, Quentin Miller is definitely up there when it comes to ghostwriters and stuff. D Love says, well, he does have ghostwriters, something serious. She kind of mentioned that a little bit before. So are you talking about Drake?
Yeah.
Because yeah, I know I mentioned that a little bit earlier. But and that's the thing, like, you know, in hip hop, that's been so accepted. I've been in studio sessions to where they say, hey, don't bring nobody that's not contributing, because when you in a studio, you have if you're doing a party track and we need some hey hoes in the background, you know, everybody get grouped up in the booth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes they even bring the microphone out into the bay, and everybody's saying whatever it is into the mic. And properly, you should get credited for that. People don't know the business like that, and they'll just be like, they'll be happy to have bragging rights as far as, hey, yeah, you know, I was on that song when it's talking about, hey, you know, I did the ad-libs or whatever. But business-wise, you should be getting paid for that. So a lot of artists get away with that to where they get services from regular people, because if they wanted some professional person, they know they're going to be charging them over the bag, on top of the fact that you're going to have to split some points or some publishing rights or whatever the fuck it is, and they'd rather just be cheap about it. So, you know, the industry is very funny like that. Okay, she said, yeah, I'm talking about Drake. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, nowadays, that's one of the things. Like, Drake is known for having a ghostwriter, and the crazy part about it is, like, people really don't care about it. Like, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they was trying to say that, oh, I believe that, you know, Drake won the battle and stuff. And I'm thinking, like, damn, what in what world? Like, when did, because he was saying, like, oh man, they not like us on us, and nobody really liked that song, and this and that or whatever. And my whole thing is, it's like, when did battle rap become a measurement of who makes the best club music? Like, a battle is supposed to talk about lyrics and how dope you are, and, you know, basically dissing each other, not you know, twerking and ass shaking and shit like that. Like we in a whole different era right now. Okay, hey, fix your mic, bro. D-Love said that there's some feedback. Well, good looking on that, D-Love, for sure. But yeah, we in a whole new era right now, to where, you know, the measuring stick as far as successful rappers and stuff like that is based off of club music. Now, one thing I can say, I think if we're talking about artists and how dope that they are, I would have to say Kendrick wins on talent. Now, if we talk about who had the most successful career, I would say that that's Drake, because Drake want to make pop records. He want to make hip hop records. He want to make R&B songs. He want to be a worldwide star. And I don't think that was actually Kendrick's goal. Like, he just wanted to be a dope artist, and you'll be recognized throughout the world for being dope like that. But Drake, he wants to be this international Michael Jackson-like star, to where you're damn near the king of pop, you know. So there's two different type of categories. And honestly, at the end of the day, we're going to get back to it. Like, we really need to have like subgenres in hip hop, like mumble rap, trap music, lyrical rap, R&B, you know, AI rap, whatever the fuck. We're gonna need like at least 10 genres inside of hip hop. You feel me? Because, man,
and where will that be? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's coming up with that concept right there? That's an idea right there, bro.
Hey,
that is an idea.
Once these awards come, like, it's going to be real crazy that an AI artist going to be doing a acceptance speech and shit like that, and you got these other artists that actually put in work to where they're not even getting credited for it. So yeah, bro, the industry is crazy, and it's going in a real weird direction right now. But Yeah, let's get back to this video and see like what's the discrepancy going on between these people, bro.
All right.
76er fan, what's the word, gang?
Jesus.
Nas not no ghost neither. Nas is a spirit, and Nas is a spirit that, and his pen has been prolific for almost 30 years. So trust me, we're not thinking about anybody ghostwriting for Nas.
Yeah, but I think he just because he had talked about working, and he got a credit, on the song "The Pressure." He got a credit on that song, and so that's where all this came from.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought he wrote Nas's lyrics.
Well, people were saying it online. They were saying that he's not. Yeah,
that is my thoughts on where the drama may have started. Now, Quentin Miller also addressed this on a Vlad interview, but I don't really like Vlad, and Vlad be trying to, do all this type of stuff to people. But definitely go look into that. For one, I'm a huge Quentin Miller fan, which is like I feel so bad for the kid because he is a good artist and he's a good musician. He's been one of my favorite, and we've had communications in the past, and I just wish the best for him because I know how the industry is shady, right? Industry rule number 4080: record company people are shady, right? So the record industry is shady, and I feel so bad for that kid because I feel as though the industry chewed him up and spit him out. He is a good artist and he has quality projects and things that'll make you feel something. Definitely go tap into Quentin Miller. But this is where I think a lot of the drama comes from, because if you listen to what Quentin Miller was saying, he was saying that he was with Hit-Boy. And so I think that this is where maybe some of the friction may have started. Now, of course, it could be something else because this was a year, right? They haven't been talking for 3 years. This kind of came out in 2022, at the end of 2022, going into 2023. But then they eventually did Magic 3, if I'm not mistaken, in 2023. So they have worked together after this whole situation went viral. So this may not be the case. But this is the only thing that I see besides, something behind the scenes that would make them not speak to each other. And I don't know what that's about, but Hit-Boy, he does this interview with DJ Vlad and Elliott Wilson, which is weird because like maybe Elliott need that. Hey, listen, one thing I'm gonna say is I love Elliott Wilson, what he has provided for the culture and the space. He follows me on Twitter, and he actually is the reason why I kept going with this narrative, and I actually decided to make this video because he liked my tweet with my hypothesis stating this. So for me personally, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like maybe Elliott knows something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Elliott knows something. You can see in here. Elliott Wilson is one of those people that liked it. Hold on. Let's click on it. He's one of the people that liked this tweet, and this is what this tweet stated. I believe Nas and Hit-Boy beef has something to do with Quentin Miller and ghostwriter allegations. That's my hypothesis. That's the only drama I saw within their whole run. They made great music, and Nas won his first Grammy. I couldn't ask for more as a fan. So that's how I feel as a fan. Right? As a fan, I'm just like, what more could you ask for, right? So that's the only drama. And I almost scrapped this whole video until Elliott Wilson hit the like button. I was like, hold on, Elliott did the interview. He may know something that I don't know, right? And so Elliott did this interview with DJ Vlad, which is weird. And Hit-Boy said, yo, we haven't spoken for 33 years, and we probably not going to speak. And that was like, man, that was kind of hard because, Nas and Hit-Boy, they won their first Grammy together, but Nas definitely did a dope album as well with DJ Premier. Not the best in the world, but really good. It was some really good records on there. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good listen. Like when I'm working on my truck, certain things are better listens when I'm on my truck because they add so much story to it. I feel like in passing, a lot of the music that Nas makes isn't the best like in passing, but when you actually listen to it, when you have time and you give your undevoted attention to it, Nas is amazing. So that's kind of like my theory. This industry, the industry is shady, and Hit-Boy has been fighting for his independence for a long time. He's been fighting to get his masters back. He's been fighting to get off this terrible deal that he signed way back in the day. And Quentin Miller is one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Quentin Miller, I think they come from the same camp of like Tricky Stewart, maybe. I don't know, don't get me wrong, but like Quentin Miller was signed to a terrible deal as well. Saha the Prince signed to a terrible deal as well. So these guys, I really feel for them because the record business is still the record business, right? They make a contract, it's going to be in favor of who has the leverage. And if you don't have no leverage, you're going to sign a terrible contract. So, maybe Hit-Boy was looking out for Quentin and trying to get him some placements and trying to get him around, and maybe that backfired. But other than that, I don't see nothing wrong. Maybe it was a girl involved. Maybe it was some money involved. But this is the only thing that I see on the forefront of like, okay, maybe there was an issue. I really don't know. It's just sad, man. For me, it's like every group breaks up, bro. Every group breaks up. Every team breaks up. And there's always some drama. There's always an issue. And it just hurts my heart to see because, like, let's keep it real. Like, if there was a debate about Jay-Z and Nas after the beef, Jay-Z was you know, he was taking off for a little bit, but Nas, with that run that he did with Hit-Boy, really elevated him and showed people that, yo, Nas is one of them. One of my favorite Nas songs and one of my favorite Lauryn Hill verses was the Nobody verse, right? I think I just saw Rap City talking about it and how it inspired her and stuff like that. But yo, that Lauryn Hill track, Nobody, yo, bro, they went crazy, bro. Nas went crazy. Lauryn Hill went crazy. I love the stuff that they did. I really am a big fan of the Magic series. That last Magic 3, Hakeem Woolbon, it was some stuff on it. I was like, yo, these are some of my favorite Nas records. But, you know, the record industry is shady. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what it was like with the splits and 50-50. Who knows what that was? But the only thing that I could see that was a little bit of drama surrounding that entire run, because that entire run was pretty much flawless, was this whole Quentin Miller situation, right? And so what is it? What happened between Nas and Hit-Boy that has them not speaking for 3 years? But if you track it, the 3 years, this seems about right. You get what I'm saying? Because this video, this Breakfast Club video, was posted 3 years ago, November 30th, 2020. So technically this year it'll be 4 years. The interview with Vlad was January.
Mission control. Yeah, that's crazy. See, like, honestly, that's what I'm saying. Nas and Hit-Boy proves something that people misunderstand about the music industry. Like, chemistry can make you a classic album. Chemistry can make you millions of streams. Chemistry can even win you a Grammy, but chemistry cannot negotiate your business, control ego, establish boundaries, or guarantee a friendship. That's why I believe great musical chemistry doesn't automatically create a great business relationship. Making the music is something way more easier than what people really give it credit for. And managing everything else that comes after the music becomes successful is where relationships low-key get tested. So I really believe a lot of ego plays a part to this. And I'm not gonna lie, I really believe a lot of this stuff is gonna come out to the forefront once things kind of like either they're going to get together and work, or they're just going to really expose whatever it is. And when I say they, I'm talking about Hit-Boy, because if he already put it out there that he's not interested, or he don't see anything happening in the future, it's already kind of, it sounds like the options have already been exhausted to the point to where shit, we haven't been talking or working for multiple years, so I might as well just say something about it, you know. So D Love says, yep, it looks like that. Hey, what's the word, Snipes? He said Elliott messy ass. Wait, Elliott a messy ass man. Yeah, a lot of people low-key don't like Elliott Wilson, for real. And that's another thing. Sci-Hi the Prince. He said Sci-Hi and Q Miller, known writers, though, they better leave my GOAT alone. Yeah, Sci-Hi the Prince definitely is a good songwriter coming out of that good music camp, which is Kanye. He got some crazy stories about the industry of how things didn't go the right way. Matter of fact, he told this crazy ass story about how he believes somebody put a hit out on him, and they was chasing this nigga down the street in a car, busting at him. And you know, by the grace of God, he got away to where he didn't get shot. But he was saying, like,
I remember that.
Yeah, he was saying like they're letting off like a P90 or something, and you know,
yeah, I remember that.
Whip, yeah, getting your whip twist cheesed up and nothing happened to you. Like, yeah, bro. Like, honestly, on some real shit, you dealing with millionaires that have resources and people willing to do a lot of stuff for them. So, like, to be honest with you, on some real shit, a separation of where people walk away and nobody get hurt, that sounds like a even deal compared to what can really happen. You feel me? Like, so it is what it is. And D Love said that she agreed. Before you go back to the video, anything you want to elaborate on, Brody?
There was some points in there that he was mentioning earlier. Oh shit, I done lost train of my point was, if you're in the studio, Quentin Miller is not an artist, but he's in the studio. And I'm sure he's probably in the studio frequent. And if he's there, why is he there?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So And they made that point about I don't know if it was a tweet or a comment about the credits that he received off of one of the songs. Maybe that was the start of it. They did an album after that. So and then maybe they was continuing that business relationship with one another, and then egos got involved. It's like, man, I'm tired of this dude in the studio always saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish I'd have did more research on this song because I don't know, like that already sets a standard. If Quentin Miller, a known ghostwriter or songwriter, is credited on a song, and if you don't hear him on a song, then what the hell you think? If Hit-Boy wasn't on there rapping, and we're talking about Nas' album, then elimination by guess is that somebody wrote some bars for Nas or a hook or whatever it is, to where that can kind of mess up a reputation of a well-seasoned artist, to where now they're questioning your pen. You've been in the game for 20 years and nobody questioned it before. And now, we get this person that's associated with kind of, I wouldn't say he's a problematic person, but his name had a lot of problems around it. And sometimes a lot of people like to steer clear of that type of shit so they don't get caught up in any of the industry messiness. Like we've seen that recently.
Right.
About, hey, I had to take Drake verse off of this song so I could protect the West Coast.
Really?
Chike, he's not on the album, you feel me? And if AZ Chike isn't on the album, if he took himself off that album, it's because he didn't want to mess up the alliance and the relationship that he got with Kendrick. And honestly, on some real shit, the politics of the music industry is so crazy, but you have to play those type of games. Like if you want to show your loyalty to somebody that put you on in front of millions, imagine you getting paid on the album, and from you getting paid being on this person's album, they hear you, and now your verse is being sung at the Super Bowl. That'll help your monthly Spotify listeners go from, let's say, 5,000 to 80,000. Now that's another source of revenue that you're making because of somebody looked out for you. So that, that's the only thing, that's the only situation I can see why AZ Chike took itself off of the Game album, because he didn't want to seem like somebody that was playing in the middle and being on the fence about things. And what D-Love said, that's what it looked like. Yeah. So the industry is very small. I was about to say it's very big and small at the same time. No, a lot of these people know each other. Word travel very fast. A lot of the rumors that come out, let's say in July, people knew about it last January. You know what I'm saying? It just finally hit the news circuit to where people couldn't contain it behind scenes anymore. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on. It's a lot of politics that's being played behind closed doors. And a relationship of a successful run like that could be it could have started from something as small and petty as a ghostwriter credit being on a song, to where people would assume more than what it actually is. And that's where you get ego and insecurity comes in. So
that's the starting of it.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying?
Who knows whatever else happened behind closed doors, you feel me? Because if somebody feels slighted behind that, let's just say, all right, this person, they mispronounced my name. It could have been an accident or whatever it is. But if they're not clear about it, that same person is going to be like, well, shit, I'm about to mispronounce his name. Now the next person, like, damn, they just met. All right, now it's back and forth to where it gets bigger and bigger and stuff. So, that's why communication is key. And sometimes you can't really communicate to certain people in this industry because they have this celebrity status or they have money to where they feel like they don't have to listen to anybody. And when you make a lot of money from your own ideas and thoughts, that's where your ego get involved. But everybody isn't like that. God damn. My bad, y'all. I'm about to low-key, god damn. But as I was saying, it's just very crazy that these people, like, honestly, I think that they helped each other, but let's just be real. Sometimes these business relationships are transactional and shit. Nas never had a Grammy. Now he has a Grammy. Hit-Boy is the most popular he ever been. And I think they both at a place to where it's like, you know what? If I revisit it, cool. If we don't, cool. Because they both got something equally to where, you know, they can feel like they're solidified with whatever that they got going on. So, you know, it's crazy, man. Shit. Another one, West Side Connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, that group was one of the hardest West Coast groups ever.
Right.
But due to personal things going on with somebody cousin getting in the way,
they need to let that go. They need to let that go, man.
Hey, for real though. Hey, if y'all see this, man, we need that West Coast connection. West Side, not West Coast, but West Side Connection reunion. Like,
yeah, we need that.
It's long overdue.
We need that. Yeah,
and even if they drop the album, Nick, it will go platinum. I'm pretty sure.
Man, if they went on tour, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they going crazy, bro.
Facts.
Yo, for real.
That's just crazy, man. The industry, and like I said at the opening statement, basically, a lot of these rappers, they tough and hard. They be having the most sensitive, fragile egos ever. You feel me? That's why they try to exude this overly manly persona, like they just super gangster. You feel me? Because they're trying to hide the fact they really bitches. You know what I'm saying?
It's that personality that develops when you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? The bragging, you know, the bragging part of it. I got this many cars and this many chains and this many women, and you know, the braggadocious part of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the egos are real sensitive then. You know what I mean? Like Sauce Walk out there hating. You know what I'm saying? His manager is spilling the beans on shit like that. Man. He's hating. He's got an ego problem. He don't like listening to certain people, music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Turn that off. I don't want to hear that. Yeah.
Man, I had a situation with that nigga Sauce Walker, man. That shit is crazy. But hey, much respect to him. Like, people, they be egotistical and funny, bro. Like they let that money. The crazy part about it is they let the money and their success get to their head. Like, but things can change like that. So just be grateful for all the stuff that you got, man.
Stay humble.
Brian in the building. He said, "Sorry, I'm late. I had to plant some evidence somewhere." What in the OJ? Hello, potential this nigga said hello, potential alibis.
Oh, wow,
crazy.
Yeah,
this dude is crazy.
What's up, Brian?
Yeah, man. This Mr. Sugarman is in the building. Let's finish this so we ain't got that much to go, man.
All right.
The last album Nas and Hit-Boy were 20. So technically this year it'll be 4 years. The interview with Vlad was January 10th, 2023. The last album Nas and Hit-Boy did together was Magic 3, which is September 14th, 2023. So technically they worked together after this issue, right? They definitely worked together after this issue, right? But who knows? Maybe it was some stuff that they already been planning. Maybe it was some issues leading up to that. But if you do the whole I haven't spoke to him in 3 years, if you do the math, if they haven't spoken to each other in 3 years, it was around the time of Magic 3, because Magic 3 came out 2023, it's 2026, September 14th to be exact, and we're in August. So if you haven't spoken to him in 3 years, around about, maybe they started having a little friction during this time, 2022 leading up to 2023, and Magic 3 was just like, all right, let's just release.
Oh shit, hey bro, we got the feedback again.
Oh shit.
Yeah, all good. All right, good looking, D-Love. Yes, sir.
Released this.
Man,
you know
gotta start paying attention
to that shit. 2-year break, and
Yeah.
he released Light Years with DJ
It's all
Premier.
good.
So that's my whole like theory again, I'm breaking down a hypothesis. I'm putting this together, putting that together. I'm not right. I'm not here to say this is the right. Again, I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to be me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to be me. And if you're looking for the right opinion, I don't know where you can find it, but you just got my opinion. Let me know how you feel in the comment section, man. It's sad that you see stuff like this happen, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
That's the nature of the game. That's the nature of the beast. You get what I'm saying? I still rock with Hit-Boy. Hit-Boy got a dope project out. I'm not the biggest fan of Hit-Boy rapping because it always sounds like he reading it. I feel like he need to get his flow right a little bit. You get what I'm saying? But Hit-Boy is definitely dope, especially when he did the F I'm Talking About song all the way back in them days up until now. You know, him and his father, you know, Hit-Boy got a lot going on. He's seen the tougher side of the industry. So I wish him peace. I wish him love. I wish we didn't hear about this. I wish they were able to come to a reconciliation behind closed doors. But, you know, it is what it is. A lot of people are trying to run with narratives that, you know, everybody always has a problem with Nas. And I do think Nas has been, you know, he hasn't been an industry darling. He's always been it's crazy to see him transition from where he was in some of those earlier interviews when he was beefing with Jay-Z and he was talking about the labels and he was talking about everything to see where he's at now. You get what I'm saying? Nas is very calm, very quiet. Don't really say too much, you know, just legendary status. He did that amazing show at Yankee Stadium with all the legends. Nas is a dope dude, man. He's quietly has a deep portfolio, so he's quietly, you know, very wealthy as well. It's sad to see. It's sad to see, especially because I know how hard Hit-Boy has had it in the industry, and Nas has also had it hard in the industry as well. And you know, doing this with Vlad didn't really help because Vlad has been one of the biggest critics of Nas, low key. Always talking about how he picks bad beats. And good beats.
For a long time, I used to say after Illmatic, Nas was the worst beat picker of all time.
Damn. And I wish, you know, they'll figure it out behind the scenes.
That's cold.
What is your hypothesis?
That's
cold. Why these brothers aren't going to be making no good music together? Hey, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Donate to the Cash App. Anything is appreciated. Help the channel.
Yeah, y'all check out Read My Soul video. And man, I'm not gonna lie, like before we close this out, I think there's something bigger we can learn from Nas and Hit-Boy. You know what I'm saying? The 6 albums, the 80 songs, the 2 trilogies, the run that helped Nas get his final Grammy. Like, we can't call the music a failure. Another thing I want to actually talk about is the fact that, you know, DJ Vlad put it out there that Nas low-key used to rap over the worst beats. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with that. Like he has some hard records, but that's the thing when like rappers, and that's why people didn't like the If I Rule the World record. No, was that the record? Because they felt like Illmatic was an album everybody loved. They deemed it as a classic, and then once it came out with the second album. Yeah, he had that one record. I don't want to say Street Dreams.
That was the one with the song going backwards in it.
What, I Gave You Power?
I forgot the name of it. I guess that must be it. But yeah, that's off of that album. The one you talking about with If I Rule the World? Yeah. That was the one with the song that went backwards.
Okay, yeah. Basically, I think that was I Gave You Power and everything.
That's that is my favorite Nas song right there. What's the name of that song again?
I Gave You Power?
I Gave You Power, okay.
Yeah,
cold song.
The song where he was talking about he was like from the perspective of a gun.
Of the bullet, yeah.
Of
the bullet going backwards into the gun, or man, and then that song was amazing.
You know, he did 2 songs like that. One, it was that, and then on Stillmatic, which was an album that came out like the third one, third or fourth, that's when he did Rewind. And he was talking about, you know, just basically telling the whole story backwards and shit. So I think what you're talking about is on Illmatic, though, the first album with the
You think so? The one
everything, huh?
No. No, I'm gonna have to look that up. The one, no, that was like 2000. Yeah.
Well, his first album came out like early 90s, though.
I know. I'm talking about the next album, the one with the song going backwards. That was like in 2000.
That was on the Stillmatic album where he had the Jay-Z Ether disc on there. Now, those beats on that album was fire. Yeah, that was Stillmatic. Cause like
was that the one with Lauryn Hill on there too? I Rule the World?
Nah. Like Nas,
that was off the first one?
Yeah, he did Illmatic in 94. It was written in 96. I Am in 99. Nostradamus in 99.
Damn, I'm lost now.
And then
I'm totally lost.
2001. Yeah, so if you're talking about the 2000 album, most likely it was Stillmatic because Stillmatic had the record called Rewind.
Yeah, that was it. That was
he was talking about the bullet jump back in the gun.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, my favorite Nas song. That's a man.
Yeah,
that song was cold.
Yeah, hell yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I give Nas like the dopest lyricist that's coming out of New York and everything. Cause like he's very creative. Like Biggie was good at storytelling, but he had like some hella sus lines by kidnap the kids and like he was just like saying some very questionable shit.
And
like,
his style would change a lot in that first album. You know, you hear the hype part of Big, and then you hear the low key kickback part of Big.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So the style was changing. With your point with the Nas and the Vlad picking it. My theory is the weaker the beat, the more you're gonna listen to what I'm saying. So was he purposely picking those beats so they can hear what he was saying? Because I think people can hear more of what he was saying than you would recognize. I mean, of course you're gonna recognize the beat, but it's not like you're gonna be like, oh man, that beat was hard. You know what I'm saying? You hearing what he's saying, he's what's making the beat hard from what he's saying. And that could be
I hear you, but then that kind of mess up people like commercial success. Like I think of Can I Bust when he dropped the first album and he was complaining about the beats was whack that Wyclef did. It kind of messed up his commercial marketability. On top of the fact he started beefing with LL, but like I've been in. That's what I'm saying. I've been in
that could have been it.
To where they will hear like we talked about this before. You work on a record to where you got the whole sound like Jesus is about to come, and then you got the crazy breakdown and all this stuff that take you a whole month to make. And then they'll be like, oh, what's this? Dooka-dicka-doop, dooka-dicka-doop. Like, I want that beat. So they will pick the weakest or weirdest beats ever.
Hey, yo, man, I experienced that before, dude. I ain't gonna even lie, man.
Yeah,
I've really experienced that. I said, you like that? He was like, yeah, man, that shit is hard. I'm like,
wait, hey, bring that back. But, hey, I was going like, nigga, what? Like, you serious right now? Like,
yeah, like no,
so,
I was like, it's just crazy, dude.
so that's one of the things that kind of separate like commercial artists and underground artists, because the underground artists they don't care about the rap the beat that they're rapping over. And honestly, Busta Rhymes is somebody that's kind of like that, but he do pick dope beats. But Busta Rhymes can show you that he can rap over one of those Duka Duka beats or whatever, because he's so charismatic with his vocals is an instrument within itself to where you're paying attention to that more than the actual beat. So with Nas, I think his beat selection aged and got better, but I really believe he had fire beats once it came to the Hit-Boy era, because Hit-Boy is a commercial producer, let's say, and Nas is kind of a underground legend. He has commercial success, but like that's why people was looking at Nas weird when he made that song with Genuine. You owe me something. Like they was looking at like, damn, bro, like you trying to go too commercial with it. So that's a whole nother thing here. Is that neither here nor there, but there's a whole conversation going on in the chat section. Like, what the hell Brian is talking about? Wait, hold up. It's been down there like 30 comments going on.
Oh, shit.
Late evidence. Hey, Brian, as long as they don't find the gloves, keyword stay humble. Hey, that's real stuff. Keyword stay humble. D-Love over there laughing. Thankfully, acid works every time, and death metal music covers the screams. If you know, you know. Remember, everyone, I was here all night.
Oh my God.
Right, we got you. You'd be surprised how helpful Siri can be in covering up a boo-boo. If you know, you know. Hey, man, you better
I
tell
must
that to
know
David.
because I'm over here laughing my ass off.
Hey. Yeah, D-Love, she's on point with it. Yeah. Are you off that sugar, Brian? I'm off the sugar. It puts the sugar. Wait. I am the sugar. It puts the sugar in my mouth or gets the holes again. Wait, whoa. Brian.
What?
Brian. Using bodily noises for back seats.
Yo.
He can't rap.
What?
Wait, who you saying? Who can't rap? Who can't rap? In my opinion, all he does is repeat. Then I gotta go because I gotta go. Then I gotta go. She talking about Busta. Hey, Busta, I ain't gonna lie, he's up there. I wouldn't say he's a super dope lyricist. Like maybe like leader of the new school era. That's when he was more on some lyrical type of shit. But he's not that bad of a rapper. Yeah. Somebody go check on Brian. Yeah, we need to go check on Brian because Brian need alibis and all this other stuff, man. Bro's acting kind of crazy right now. But
right, good.
Yeah, man. He's on a bender right now. No, but this is something that I don't know if we're gonna have to talk about this again because it might just die off and they might end up working together. Sometimes people get on social media, say certain things just to get attention or gain leverage in a situation where certain people feel forced to do something or respond. Shit, we seeing that with the Kendrick and game situation. A lot of this shit don't have to be on the internet to where like, oh, I can't get Kendrick Lamar on the phone and stuff like that. That could be between you and him, but you know, people get on the internet, say certain things that where you know it becomes a conversation for us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be.
I understand that.
Yeah. So you know,
I understand that, and the point is, like, do they really have animosity though? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a problem? That's the question.
Could be.
I mean, ain't nobody speaking on it. I mean, we got Quentin Miller here. He said this, but ain't nobody really speaking on it. We ain't hearing it from the horse's mouth.
And he said that years ago too.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think low key for Hit-Boy to mention this in an interview, and honestly, he wanted it to be there because hey, if he didn't like how certain things sound, take this out, X, Y, and Z, they'll edit it. But apparently, Hit-Boy wanted this information to be out there. So, you know, we'll see exactly where it goes. Like, I'm low-key kind of sidetracked. I'm trying to stay on topic, but I'm seeing some interesting comments. Oh, damn, D-Love says, Busta, he's garbage. Go back and listen to him repeat. Yeah, I hear you, man. Bender, I hardly know her. This Brian, yeah, we about to end soon. Brian is off of this rocker, but I know her sister, Bender's sister. What her name is? Anita Hardcock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
But yeah, man. Hey, this is a dope conversation. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Man, any closing statements before we get up out of here, G?
Nah, I'm good on this one, bro. I mean, it's not too much to say. Like I was just saying, man, like where's the animosity? Who's gonna speak up first? If it is animosity, you know what I'm saying? We want to know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel that honestly, they should stick together. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell's going on, hey, if you made it work like that, you came up with a goal. Hey man, see if you can come up with some more gold.
Hey, it was a winning formula, so you know what I'm saying? They were doing something right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is. Let me read a couple of these comments real quick. Then I gotta go because I gotta go. Oh yeah, she's still on Buster for that. She's not letting him up. Yep,
Then I gotta go. Then I gotta go.
Oh shit! I was doing a Buster tonight. Yeah, I gotta go to sleep in a deep snap crack. I'm not gonna lie, Brian. He gonna come out with an EP. I'm not lying because he be busting his little bars. I know he got a 16 together somewhere, man. But yeah, very dope conversation. Should we go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday? And for those that just pulled up late or whatever it is, make sure y'all hit that like, retweet, follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to make sure we get in the algorithm. We're getting a lot of traction and everything. So apparently what we're doing is working in the right direction. And if y'all want to see more of this content, y'all mean show y'all support. We're not asking for no money. We'll get that on our own. The money's going to come. We're not worried about that. We just want to know if y'all really rock with us and support the efforts of what we're doing by coming through on a schedule basis. You know what I'm saying? We've been consistent, been very consistent. So
that part,
hey, show us some love, give us some flowers. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Take us out to dinner, baby. You know what I'm saying? Now, do what y'all got to do. Salute to Brian for pulling up. Salute to D Love, Splashy, Grandpa Snipes, Laker, 76er fan. Everybody that's watching that haven't hit the comment section. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all as always. But shit, we about to get up out of here. On that note, we out of there. So peace. Yeah.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.